10 best movies that mix cartoons and live actions like Space Jam. Before we start, I would like you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Bubbly Toons. 10. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? 1988. Director Robert Zemeckis is a frontier and is constantly experimenting with the advancement in animations, whether it's the live-action motion capture in the Polar Express or the digital effects in A Christmas Carol. But long before that, the filmmaker directed Who Framed Roger Rabbit, a movie set in 1940s Hollywood where humans and cartoons coexist. The movie is both an entertaining period comedy and a genius experiment in cinema, and given that it features rather mature themes for a kids movie, it's one of the best movies for guys' night. It led the way for animations today, and even though it was a huge experiment, it doesn't come off that way, as it remains one of the best of its kind. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? It's a lot like The Beatles, as it influenced a whole genre of movies, but it's still yet to be beaten. 9. Mary Poppins, 1964. There are all sorts of surreal moments in Mary Poppins, whether it's her bag that essentially like Doctor Who's TARDIS or being able to fly with the help of her umbrella. But it's the moment when Mary Poppins and the bank's children jump into the chalk drawing in the park that's one of the most imaginative sequences of all the time. It sees the characters wander around a cartoon farm, and it culminates in Dick Van Dyke's iconic penguin dance. 8. Pete's Dragon, 1977. Before it was remade in 2016, Pete's Dragon was a tentpole movie when it came to mixing cartoons and live actions. It's one of the most energetic and fast-paced Disney movie there is, and it was praised for its effects, even though viewers were less enthused about the live action scenes. Though Peter Dragons might not measure up how adored Mary Poppins is, the mix between the live actions and the animations was way more effective than the 1964 movie. They are comparable because they both used the same techniques for the effect, as they were two of the first movies to use green screen compositing. 7. The Lego Movie 2014. Live actions and animations weren't just mixed in the Lego Movie, but it was the twist at the end of the movie. As the Lego Movie is based on real-life toys, it was revealed that everything that had happened in the movie was in the imaginations of a child playing the toys. Not only that, but the child has projected his childhood trauma into the narrative he was creating with the Lego. However, though it was one of the most ingenious narratives that have ever unfolded in an animated movie, it was snubbed by the Academy and it wasn't nominated for the Best Animated Picture. Whether that was because of the amount of live actions in the movie or because it was simply snubbed is a mystery. 6. Small Soldiers, 1998. Toy Story isn't the only 90s movie that sees toys comes to life, but Small Soldiers does it too, only in a much more mature way. The movie sees a group of toy military soldiers and toy monsters go to battle with each other, and a small neighborhoods get caught in the crosshairs. The original idea of the Small Soldiers was to use puppetry, but in the end it worked out better for the studio to use CGI to create the toys. Even with the nostalgia Google's taken off, the CGI surprisingly holds up, despite being one of the earliest major uses of the technology, and it's a forgotten 90s gem. 5. Tom and Jerry 2021. Tom and Jerry movies were completely animated, but as the franchise had laid dormant for years, something different had to be done to properly bring the characters into the 21st century. The 2021 movie is the newest example of mixing animations and live action, and it followed movies like Alvin and the Chipmunks and Sonic the Hedgehog by making an old cartoon fresh by implementing it to the real world. It isn't the most critically acclaimed movie in the world, as it was criticized for lacking the anarchy that made the previous cartoons and movies so exciting. But it's fun to see the characters again for the first time in ages, and Tom and Jerry is still charming despite it being much more child-friendly. 4. Scooby-Doo 2002. As the morning show depicted the whole cast of Scooby-Doo as cartoons, the 2002 movie turns everything into live actions except for the talking mutt himself, along with all of the monsters. The movie is not so meticulously blends the animations of Scoop, Scrappy, and all of the monsters on Spooky Island with the real live action world, but the actors are clearly talking to an empty seat as the eye lines continuously shift. But regardless, it's such a fun movie, and of the live action character versions of Shaggy and the rest Mystery Inc. capture the magics of the cartoon perfectly. 3. Elf 2003. Though Elf is largely live actions, the first 15 minutes or so mixes a whole variety of cartoons, be it CGI, hand-drawn animations, or stop-motion animations. But his time spent on the North Pole is strange, nonsensical, and totally magical, as North Pole has never been depicted in such a bizarre way before. Besides, Will Ferrell's and the Christmas charm The animations is a part of what makes Alf arguably the greatest Christmas movie ever. 2. The SpongeBob movie, Sponge Out of Water, 2015. The series has been known to bend the world's reality on several occasions, as all three of the SpongeBob SquarePants movie have blended animations and live actions in some form or another. But none of them do as well as Sponge Out of Water. In fact, Sponge Out of Water is the most overtly live-action movie in the series, as it isn't just an odd scene here and there. The film follows a live-action pirate named Burger Beard who attempts to steal the secret Krabby Patty formula, and the final third of the movie is almost entirely live-action. 1. Sonic the Hedgehog 2020. It was lucky that it barely escaped development hell, as the receptions to Sonic the Hedgehog was nothing but praise. Though fans didn't get to see all of the colorful different worlds found in the video games, the camaraderie the animated characters had with the human characters was brilliant, and making Dr. Robotnik a real-life character was inventive. As throwing classic animated characters into live-action worlds is currently industry fad, whether it's Tom and Jerry or Peter Rabbit, Sonic the Hedgehog is by far the creme de la creme. This brings us to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you will love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.